name's John. This is NAR Outdoors. It is a beautiful January 1st here. Happy New Year, everybody. I wanted to take a moment just and share my New Year's resolutions and my goals for the year with you guys. Hopefully by putting it out there, I'm more likely to succeed and achieve things. And I'd like to hear from you guys what your goals and resolutions are. So, first resolution, it's the same thing I did last year, and it's silly. It's to just not simply delete unwanted emails. It's to take the time and go in and get off that mailing list. If I don't need it, I don't need it. So that's my first one. My second one comes with a little bit of a story. So Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day in December was the first year that my kids were kind of old enough to really talk about it. And my grandfather was a Navy radio man, and he survived Pearl Harbor. And talking to my kids about that, my grandfather's been passed for a while, but talking to my kids about that reminded me about things about him and whatnot. So I actually was telling my kids about how radios worked and how Morse code worked. And I've decided that for this year, in honor of him, I'm going to work on trying to learn Morse code. So I've joined this club called the Long Island CW Club. CW is the code for Morse code. I have renewed or reinstated my technician class amateur radio license and obtained a general class amateur radio license, and I'm going to be working on my advanced extra. So you're maybe going to see some videos about that, about frustrations with learning Morse code and some radio stuff. And then I do have 2 goals for this next year. I'd really like to keep doing videos. I know there's not a huge audience for the niche stuff I have to talk about, but I'm going to still do it. I enjoy it. I think it's good for me. It gives me something to do on my days off. And number 2 for things I'd like to, goals this year is once we get the camper installed, I'd like to spend 25 nights in it. And that one is going to be probably a little more difficult than the others. But I'm going to incorporate some of the CW and the camping and the radio in it, because I discovered this thing called Parks in the Air, where as an amateur radio operator, you can go to a park, you set up in the park, usually very low power, not ideal conditions, not ideal equipment, and you try to communicate with others and try to get a certain number of contacts of people that are looking for actually talking to that park. So that's my 24 resolutions and goals. I'd love for you guys in the comments to tell me what your resolutions are. Have a good one.